Chosen one, listen carefully. It is not an accident that these words are reaching you. It is not by chance that in this endless ocean of voices, your spirit was pulled here. The universe itself arranged this meeting. Heaven opened a door at this very second, because God is whispering to you. There is a name already on your heart, a face that flashed in your mind the moment your eyes landed here. And no, this is not coincidence. This is not imagination. This is a divine warning. Do not scroll away. Do not silence this voice, because what you decide in this very season could shift the course of your destiny. I need you to lean in, not just with your ears, but with your soul, because the message flowing to you now is not ordinary. It is eternal. It is weighty. It is sacred. This is about your mission, your future, your very survival. And I must tell you, the enemy is terrified of what happens if you endure. That is why this message has chased you down. Pause for a moment. Feel your chest rise and fall, because you are not listening to words. You are standing in a battlefield disguised as a video. Heaven has pulled you here, because what you hear next could change everything. And before we go further, I ask you, seal this moment. If this is touching your soul, claim it. Type, "I am chosen," in the comments. Not for me, but for you. Because the moment you declare it, the moment you write it, you shift energy from doubt to destiny. You let heaven know, I am awake, I am ready, I will not let go. Chosen one, listen. God does not weave meaningless threads in your story. When your life collided with that person, it wasn't random. It wasn't casual. It wasn't just another fleeting chapter. It was written before time began. Think back. Do you remember that first moment? The glance that pierced deeper than words. The strange pull in your chest, like déjà vu, like your spirit whispered, "Pay attention. This is not ordinary." That was heaven's signature. That was God saying, this person is not just part of your journey. They are a key to your assignment. They are tied to your destiny. And because of that, the connection feels different, heavier, unshakable. Because it was never built on human intention. It was built on divine instruction. But hear me. The greater the purpose, the greater the attack. The enemy fears two souls aligned under heaven's command. He knows that when chosen ones unite, they break cycles, they release abundance, they become unstoppable weapons of light. That is why you feel the resistance. That is why doubts whisper louder at night. That is why storms keep coming. The pain is not proof of weakness. The pain is proof of purpose. If it was meaningless, it would have ended quietly. But the fact that it still lingers, still burns, still refuses to die, that is evidence of heaven's hand. Do you see it now? This is not just about love. This is about your wealth, your future, your empire. God placed keys in this connection, keys to doors you cannot open alone. And the enemy is terrified that if you walk through those doors, abundance will flood your life like rivers of gold. That is why discouragement presses so heavy. That is why you've almost quit. Because hell knows, if you endure, you won't just rise, you will reign. Let me remind you of a pattern written in the scriptures. Joseph had dreams of greatness, yet he was betrayed, enslaved, imprisoned. The dungeon looked like the end, but it was the doorway to the palace. David was anointed king, yet he spent years hunted like an animal, hiding in caves. The caves were not punishment, they were preparation for the crown. Job lost everything: wealth, health, family. Yet in ashes he discovered unshakable faith, and God restored him double. Do you see it? Every great destiny is attacked before it manifests. Every chosen soul must face resistance before glory. And you, chosen one, are standing in the very same pattern. The storm is not proof that God abandoned you. It is proof that the promise is near. The pressure is proof that the breakthrough is ready to burst through. But here lies the danger. If you quit now, you do not just walk away from a person. You walk away from your assignment. You walk away from the palace prepared for you. You bury the seed before it blooms. Think of a seed in the soil, silent, hidden, unseen. If you dig it up too soon because you think nothing is happening, you kill the miracle. And right now, heaven is whispering, do not dig it up. Do not quit. Your roots are forming. Your fruit is closer than you think. Chosen one. The truth is simple. The storm is not the enemy's final weapon. His real weapon is discouragement. If he can convince you to give up, he wins without a fight. But you were not chosen to quit. You were chosen to endure, to rise, to inherit the wealth, the purpose, the abundance that heaven designed for you. Luxury waits on the other side of this storm. Not just money in your account, but peace in your soul. Not just riches, but restoration. Not just success, but a legacy that will echo through generations. And so I ask you now, when the story is told, when your life is remembered, will you be the one who quit too soon? Or will you be the warrior who endured, who fought with heaven, who stood when everyone else fell, and because of that faith unlocked miracles? Chosen one, this is not the end. This is the doorway. The silence you hear is not God's absence. It is His preparation. The weight you feel is not punishment. It is the sign of your crown. And the very fact that you are hearing these words right now is proof that heaven has not forgotten you. So rise, stand firm, do not let go, because your story is not over, and your victory is closer than you can imagine. Declare it now in the comments. I will not quit. Write it, seal it, announce it, because when you declare it, the universe aligns, angels move, and heaven records your decree. This is your moment. This is your turning point. The enemy is trembling, and your miracle is on its way. Victory belongs to you. You are chosen. And the story that will be told of you is one of faith, wealth, triumph, and unstoppable purpose. Chosen one, lean in. If the first part shook your heart, this part will set your spirit on fire. Because what you're about to hear will not just touch your emotions, it will carve its way into your destiny. You know the emptiness I'm talking about, don't you? Those nights when you lay awake staring at the ceiling, wondering if anyone even sees your struggle. The betrayals that left you bleeding inside. The bills that pile up like mountains, suffocating your dreams. The moments when you felt abandoned by people, by life, maybe even by God. But hear this truth. You were never forgotten. Your name is written in heaven's book, etched in gold. And these struggles, they're not designed to break you. They're designed to build you. Just like fire purifies gold, your pain is shaping you into something priceless. Picture this. Right now, your wallet may feel empty. Your account may look barren. But in heaven's plan, a fortune already carries your name. Not just money, but influence, respect. A life of abundance so radiant, it makes the darkness tremble. A day is coming when the same people who overlooked you will stand in awe. The doors that stayed locked for years will swing wide open. Your life will overflow with light. Mansions, luxury, freedom, but above all, peace. But before you step into that abundance, there's a war to fight. And the battleground is not just your bank account. It's your relationships. It's your faith. It's your soul. Understand this clearly. That person in your life is not an accident. That bond is not ordinary. It is a divine key, tied directly to your purpose. And the enemy knows it. That's why the attacks are relentless. He wants you exhausted. He wants you doubtful. He wants you to walk away before you realize the treasure hidden in that connection. If this bond were meaningless, there would be no resistance. The fact that you've cried, fought, questioned, and yet still feel tied, that is proof it carries eternal weight. Now listen carefully. History doesn't remember those who gave up halfway, but it bows to those who endured until the end. So, what will your story be? Will you be the one who surrendered when the storm grew fierce? Or will you be the warrior who endured betrayal, poverty, ridicule, and still rose to claim the crown? Because chosen one, if you stand your ground, your life will not just change, it will multiply. Your children's children will live off the abundance you fought for today. Your name will echo in legacy. Your wealth will outlive you. But if you quit now, it's not just a relationship you're walking away from. You're walking away from your throne, from your inheritance, from the very empire heaven already stamped with your name. So today, you must decide. Will you let fear write your story? Or will you rise, even shaking, even wounded, and claim what is already yours? Because hear me, your destiny is wealth. Your destiny is greatness. Your destiny is unshakable victory. The contracts, the homes, the luxury, all of it is waiting just beyond this storm. And the only thing standing in the way is giving up too soon. So, here's what I need you to do. Type these words in the comments right now. I will not quit. My destiny is mine. Don't just type it casually. Type it like a decree, like a signature on a heavenly contract. Because the moment you declare it, the moment you put it into the atmosphere, everything shifts. Angels move, the universe aligns, and the story of your breakthrough begins to unfold. Chosen one. Look around your life for a moment. Does it ever feel like you've been standing at a locked door, pushing, praying, waiting, yet it refuses to open? Does it feel like opportunities slip through your fingers while others move ahead with ease? That frustration you carry is not a sign of failure. It's a sign that your breakthrough is too valuable to be delivered cheaply. Heaven protects what is priceless. And your destiny is not some ordinary reward. It is wealth. It is influence. It is a life so radiant, it terrifies the darkness. The reason you've been tested so fiercely is because your name is stamped on treasures the enemy cannot stand. I'm not talking about scraps or survival. I'm talking about an inheritance so massive that when it arrives, people will ask, how did this happen? Where did this come from? And your answer will be simple. It was always mine. Heaven just released it in its time. But let me warn you, right now you are standing in the most dangerous place of all. The almost. The edge of the miracle. The final stretch before the crown. This is the moment when giving up feels logical. When silence feels endless. When your mind says, what's the point anymore? But chosen one, the almost is where most people lose it. They dig up the seed right before the harvest breaks the soil. They walk away one breath too early. Don't let that be your story. Do you understand the scale of what's at stake? If you walk away now, you won't just lose a connection or a chance. You'll abandon an empire, your future wealth, your children's inheritance, the honor written for your name, it all hangs in the balance. The enemy knows he cannot erase your destiny, so he tries to seduce you into surrendering it yourself. That whisper that says, "It's over, it's too late, you've failed." That's not God. That's fear, dressed up as logic. Heaven never leads you into despair. Heaven always leads you into hope. Now hear this. The greatest power you carry is endurance. Not talent, not connections, not money. Endurance. Because the one who endures to the end doesn't just survive, they inherit everything. And that inheritance for you, chosen one, is massive. Mansions you didn't build. Accounts overflowing beyond what you could earn in 10 lifetimes. Peace that cannot be bought, and honor that cannot be stolen. But this is your test. Will you collapse in the waiting? Or will you rise in faith and claim what is already written for you? Because the moment you decide, heaven moves. The moment you stand your ground, angels are dispatched. And the moment you refuse to surrender, the enemy loses his grip. So here is what I'm asking of you, right here, right now. Seal this moment with a declaration. Go to the comments and write with unshakable authority, "My future is mine. My wealth is mine. My destiny is mine." Write it like a contract between you and heaven. Write it like a warrior branding fire into the ground. Because once you release it into the atmosphere, nothing can pull it back. It becomes law. It becomes promise. It becomes your reality. Chosen one, this is your turning point. Not tomorrow, not someday. Now. The struggle you've endured is the final test before abundance. The pain you've carried is the last weight before the crown. The silence you've hated is the very proof that heaven has been working in secret. You are not being buried. You are being planted. And the bloom will be more glorious than you dare imagine. So stand tall, lift your voice, claim what is already yours, because the palace is waiting, the keys are ready, and the crown has always had your name on it. Victory is not coming. Victory is here. Chosen one. Do you feel the shift in the air? That subtle change around you is not your imagination. It's the sound of heaven rearranging the stage for your victory. For so long, it felt like doors slammed shut, like opportunities slipped through your hands. But now, the tide has turned. The very weight that once crushed you is becoming the foundation that will elevate you. Listen closely. The season of hiding is over. The silence is breaking. And the spotlight of destiny is swinging toward your life. This moment right here is holy ground. Not because you see gold yet, but because you're standing on the soil where treasure is about to break through. Every tear you cried was not wasted. It watered the seed. Every night you endured was not punishment. It was preparation. And now, the ground beneath you is trembling with the roots of promise, pushing upward. Chosen one, your life is about to erupt with fruit. Not scraps, not just enough, but overflowing, running over, undeniable abundance. Picture it. The house you once drove past in silence, wishing. It's shifting closer to your reality. The wealth you once thought belonged only to others. It's aligning with your name. The influence you once admired from a distance. It's being placed in your hands. This isn't fantasy. This is fulfillment. And the reason it feels so intense right now is because you're stepping into a reality that once existed only in heaven's blueprint. But let me speak to your spirit. Abundance doesn't just show up. It requires alignment, and alignment demands courage. Courage to let go of old fears. Courage to walk into rooms you once felt unworthy of. Courage to sit at tables where your ancestors never sat. This is the season where heaven says, you belong here. No more begging. No more doubting. No more shrinking back into shadows. You are chosen to own, to lead, to reign. And here's the mystery. The enemy didn't fight you because of who you were. He fought you because of who you're becoming. He saw the crown before you did. He saw the fortune before you earned it. He saw the legacy before you believed it. But he made one mistake. He underestimated your endurance. You are still here, still breathing, still chosen, and that alone has already defeated him. Now it's time for your declaration. Not a whisper, not a hope. A roar that shakes the atmosphere. Go to the comments and write with unstoppable authority. I claim my crown. I claim my wealth. I claim my destiny. When you write it, you're not just typing letters. You're signing heaven's contract with your own spirit. You're pulling the future into the present. You're commanding what was always yours to manifest now. Chosen one, lean into this truth. The palace is no longer a dream. It's within reach. The doors are not locked. They're swinging open. The promise is not far. It's standing in front of you. You are not chasing destiny anymore. Destiny is chasing you. This is not waiting season. This is claiming season. So step forward. Stand tall. Because the next chapter is not survival, it is overflow. Not loss, it is legacy. Not brokenness, it is unshakable glory. The crown has found its rightful head, and that head is yours.